Zach Lingen. Today I'm going to be talking about the research project which is conducted by our proposed researcher for this week. The research project in focus is joint face alignment and 3D face reconstruction with application to face recognition. Face alignment and 3D facial reconstruction are generally done in separate tasks. We can see that in the graphic provided below, where we have a 2D image of a face. A 3D image is then generated from that, where landmarks and features are extracted and then applied onto the 2D image, which is then where facial recognition is conducted. The researcher aims to examine the linkage between 2D landmarks and 3D shapes. This will serve as the basis for the new method of conducting these two tasks together. The goal of this is to see a decreased runtime in facial recognition while an increase in success rates. The researcher's method generates both pose and expression normalized and expressive 3D shapes. This is done automatically while localizing visible and invisible 2D landmarks. The difference between invisible and visible depends on the expression of the face that is used for the recognition. These landmarks can be lost when the 3D face is mapped onto a 2D image. Based on those 10 3D shapes, researchers enhance recognition accuracy across various poses and expressions. The steps conducted by the researchers when forming this new method are as follows. The face is entered as a 2D image where its 3D face, noted as S, is constructed as the mean pen 3D shape. The method finds landmarks noted as U by placing mean landmarks, obtaining other faces in various expressions. U and S are updated through iterations containing 3 steps: updating landmarks, updating 3D face shape, and refining those landmarks. As we reach iteration K, or the final iteration, the 2D face had its landmarks identified on an accurate 3D model and has been refined in both a neutral pose and the expression given in the initial image S. Here we can see the actual flow of that process identified by the researchers, which is severely different than what we had initially on the first slide. Overall, summary of the research proves that the method handles invisible and expression-deformed landmarks with the assistance of 3D face models in testing fairly well. Further comparisons of testing prove that the method is more accurate and more efficient than other highly regarded methods. In addition to that, we can see strides in 3D face reconstruction cross-expression recognition. Here we can see that proven by the graphic where we have 4 different images inputted where landmarks are all identified, whether they easily seen or non-easily seen. Then from those 2D image, we are then given a 3D graph of the face in a neutral pose and then in a pose similar to the expression given. Notice that the 3D model given for the expression given in the 2D is different. That's because it is in the same pose, the forward-facing pose, as the neutral one. If you want to understand what I mean, look at the image in the top right where the gentleman has his mouth open. He is looking over his shoulder. Then in the 3D mapped image of his face, he is looking forward. Overall personal evaluation of the new method proposed that makes great strides in the world of facial recognition from a computational perspective. It's an effective reverse engineering project with the modern day methods, which not only increases accuracy but also increases performance. This could easily benefit anyone who's using facial recognition for various purposes, whether it's for corporate use or just for personal everyday use with our phones. Other conclusions that this could benefit people with abnormal faces, whether it's due to a birth defect or some sort of injury or incident where their face is skewed, which might stray outside of the norm that general facial recognition methods are tested against. This method is able to identify those landmarks, whether of any sort of pose, so it should be implied that if someone does have an abnormal face due to one of those reasons, this new method should be able to successfully recognize them. This could also improve security systems which use facial recognition to monitor people. Given that it's an airport and it's looking for suspicious people, maybe on a no-fly list, those people might understand the methods that can be used to fool facial recognition systems and exploit their weaknesses. However, this method is harder to fool, and those similar methods used in the past might not be as effective when trying to fool this system.